Well, I want to give you one statistic real quick before I forget it, and that is if we spent $1 million a day since Christ was born, you wouldn't spend $1 trillion. And when I learned that 6 or 7 months ago, it really hit home to me how much $1 trillion is. I'm Wayne Pettigrew. I know a lot of you in the crowd here. I would hope that if Dustin were not the hometown boy, some of you would have my sticker on as well. I grew up just down the road in McAllister. Like Dustin, started my career pretty early. Got my first job when I was 9 years old, working at the Sonic Drive-In, actually, not Dairy Queen. We didn't have a Dairy Queen in McAllister. But also worked on a ranch. We had the cattle, horses, pigs. My dad chaired the prison roundup club at the rodeo, at the prison rodeo in McAllister for about 12 years. Mom was a nurse, owned a nursing home for a while, and then actually managed the Aldridge Hotel in McAllister, if you've been through McAllister lately. But born and raised there. I think of all of us running, I'm the only one who was actually born in the district. I always say that, and it really doesn't matter. The Constitution says as long as you're an inhabitant of the state, when elected, you're able to serve. So I went to school at East Central, just up the road. Justin and I also share that commonality. I graduated from there with a degree in management finance with a minor in accounting and economics. And that's part of the reason I'm running. 90% of what's going on in Washington right now that threatens our nation, particularly immediately threatens our nation, is this financial calamity that's coming. And I don't say it could be coming, it's coming. About 2 years, a little less than 2 years, we reached something called debt wall. Debt wall means that all of the available credit with the money supply that we have today will be exhausted. That means the only way to get around debt wall is to print more money that's not backed by gold or bullion or any other valuable commodity. That means we're in trouble. We can go to QE3, but I don't know that QE4 can even work. We're at 53 cents on the dollar to the British sterling pound today, and we're dropping fast. So obviously we have severe financial calamities in the making. My background being in that area is the reason I decided to run. Two other things, I have a business background. My degree, as I mentioned, was in business. And I've owned or operated 2 different insurance-related companies for 28 years in Oklahoma. One of those has about 12 employees, one has about 42 employees. So I've managed a small business and I've managed a large business as well. One of those is a private company, one of those is a public company that has stockholders. Here in Oklahoma, we may have some stockholders in the crowd, as a matter of fact. The other thing is I do have a legislative background. 1994, I got upset with the things that were going on in state government and ran for my state house seat. It was about a 30% Republican seat at the time. I was elected to that seat, served 5 terms in that seat. I think I ended up with a 98% pro-business voting record, so you don't have to guess about how I'm going to vote on business issues. I also ended up with 100% pro-life and 100% pro-NRA voting record. And I also was named a top 10 conservative. 5 to 10 years I was there, and I think I was also named one of the top 10 conservatives of the past 20 years. So my record is pretty much out there. I voted about 10,000 times, so if somebody wants to find a vote that they can disagree with, I'm sure you can find one somewhere. But the point is when it comes down to you're going to have brain surgery, do you want the doctor that's performing the brain surgery to be the doctor that's performing his first surgery or his 10,000th surgery? And that's basically what I would tell you, is that I do have the experience. Dakota mentioned the experience factor a minute ago. But I have experience in business, in the legislature, and also in the financial sector. And that's why I would hope you would consider me as one of your candidates. I'm married, obviously. I have a beautiful wife, Tony. I have 2 children. My daughter is going to graduate May 12th from OU. And my son is going to turn 16 in May. So obviously, we're very involved with our kids. That's why you don't see Tony as much on the campaign trail as you do some of the other folks as well. Would be honored to have your vote. Look forward to your questions, and I certainly appreciate all of you being here tonight. Thank you.